What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, and I'm back at y'all with another one. So, there's reports that former unified heavyweight world champion Mexican superstar boxer Andy the Destroyer Ruiz Jr., 35 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, 22 big wins by way of knockout, is on the verge of signing with Dana White and Zuffa Boxing. Andy the Destroyer Ruiz is 36. He stands at 6'2" with a 74-inch arm reach, and the last time we seen him in the ring was August of 2024 on the ring card with His Excellency Riyadh season card with His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh on the undercard of Terrence Crawford, Israel Majimov, when he fought Jarrell Big Baby Miller, and he fought to a draw. With that said, prior to that, we haven't seen Andy Ruiz in the ring from September of 2022 when he when he dropped Luis King Kong Ortiz multiple times and won a unanimous decision. Then prior to that, he wasn't in the ring for a year when he fought Chris Arreola, who he dropped multiple times. Then prior to that, he was out the ring for 2 years since he lost to Anthony Joshua in December of 2019. So from 2019 to today, 2026, Andy Ruiz has fought a total of 3 times. That's nasty work, but he's a great talent. We know he's a great talent. And Zuffa Boxing is building up their roster. They are also on the verge, I'm being told, of signing former 2-division world champion, former unified lightweight, former WBO junior welterweight, superstar boxer, Teofimo Lopez, who has 22 wins, 2 losses, no draws, 13 wins by way of knockout, coming off of a devastating loss physically and mentally to now first ballot Hall of Famer, 4-division world champion, former unified super featherweight, and reigning WBO junior welterweight world champion, Olympic silver medalist Shakur Stevenson. With that said, Teofimo Lopez has met with Zuffa. We know he has a tricky deal with Top Rank. Top Rank, legendary promoter, Hall of Fame CEO, founder, and promoter, Bob Arum, are in limbo because they don't have a network. Boxing is in limbo. There's no major networks willing to deal with boxing except Dana White, TKO, Zuffa Boxing, and Paramount. Dana White has a powerhouse. He has Paramount behind him now, okay? And now that he has Paramount behind him, he has something that nobody else has outside of Matchroom CEO and promoter Eddie Hearn with DAZN. But DAZN is not given the budget that Paramount is willing to do and work with Dana White. So with that said, Teofimo Lopez, he has to rebrand himself, rebuild himself. And Zuffa Boxing, they just put on a card this past Sunday. They're staying very active. Great card. The last 3 fights, F.A. Ajaba versus Charles Martin was the main event, featured a knockout. The co-main event was a knockout. And the third fight on the card was a knockout, right? It was exciting. Everybody's talking about the fact that it's in the apex of UFC. It doesn't matter. Dana White is building a powerhouse. And this is what Teofimo Lopez needs. He needs to stay active. After that loss, he has some rebuilding to do mentally and physically. I think that he needs to make a change with his trainer, with his dad, right? I think that he needs a real trainer in his corner to help him, because he's physically gifted and talented, but he lacks the corner. He just lacks it. He has Stacy in his corner, Stacy McKinley, great trainer. I think that he needs a new team. He needs to revamp. His dad is a distraction. That's just the bottom line. That's the reality. His father is a distraction. And his father's dealing with his own demons. And Teofimo Lopez needs to rebrand himself. So if I'm Teofimo Lopez, you get with, a new trainer. I'm not saying you have to fire his dad, but, just move him to the side, period. That would be great for Teofimo. I don't think moving to 147 right now, unless I like the Brian Norman Jr. fight. I think Teo has a lot, that he has to work on. And 147, I don't think it's the move. Shakur was actually bigger than him in the ring, and that was his first fight at 140. Teo stays in shape. I think he needs to stay at 140. There's winnable fights at 140 for Teofimo Lopez, bigger name fights. Shakur Stevenson is just on a different level, in my opinion. And Teo didn't have the right team behind him to help make adjustments to what Shakur was doing. Not saying he would have beat Shakur, but he could have been more competitive. He wasn't competitive at all. He lost every single round. But let me know what y'all think, man. Should Teofimo Lopez sign with Zuffa Boxing? And I'm told Andy Ruiz is signing with Zuffa Boxing, and there's 2 more signings that's coming in the heavyweight division for Zuffa Boxing. But let me know what y'all think about this. Drop a comment in the comment section. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. I'm gone. Peace.